Okay, this is the start of the new project, and it's going to be a wood burning stove come barbecue that I'm going to stick in the garden. Basically, to start off with, I've taken the valve out of the top, which was done with a sledgehammer, and then it's been filled with water and left for a bit. And although there still is a stink of gas coming from there, it should be out. All I've done now is just unbolted the top off and already cut one of these guys off, and I'm going to take these off and cut an area off the top and cut the doors out. Planning to have double doors which will open up. Okay, so I've started measuring out the door to go on the front and got the bits off the other end, and basically I've drawn a centre line running up through, and then because of the tank and the trying to roll rulers around, just awkward, I've just used an A4 piece of paper with a set mark away from the centre line, and then I've just turned it over and used the same mark going the other way. I've then used this centre point and ran a string up with a pen and put a curve on top of the door. That's so. Right, so my little device I've made for measuring the top, it's just a file I've stuck in the hole, and then I can stick my pen where I want it, and then I'll hold the top, and I can draw a circle all the way around while turning this one as well. Okay, so now I've marked my circle around the top. That's going to come off, and the door's marked, curvature. And then what I've done is I've drilled, let me get the drill bit. I've drilled with a smaller bit, a couple of holes near to the line. Then I've used a larger bit, and then I've used a chainsaw file, put that in and join the two holes together. So now I'm going to try, and I'll put the jigsaw blade through here and then follow this line and cut all of this out. Oh, she's smoking. I've got most of the cut down round, and just as I'm coming around to join the other side, it's starting to close up on itself and grip on the blade. So I've just stuck a ruler just to open her up. And as if by magic, ta-da! Smoking. I'm just going to tidy up this edge so I don't cut myself on it. This is where I've got to now. I've cut the doors out, and they are just balancing. As soon as I touch them, they're going to fall everywhere. Take one out. Take a look at that. There's the second one out. I'll nip that out for a second. Right, that's my basic shape that I've got. Quite a big opening, double doors. I'm hoping I can almost get trays that are going to swing in to cook on the fire, as it were. I've rounded off all the edges, so they're all nice and smooth, ready to carry on. The only other thought I've got now is whether I can use what was the top, which is that, and cut it down much shorter, and then weld that on, and then that could be the ash pan. If I was to cut slots in this to allow the ash to drop through, and it almost sat just off the bottom, and that might do. The only thing is, as well, it absolutely stinks. I don't know what's been in this can or gas, but I stink and the can stinks. Everything stinks. Right, what I've done is not very neatly, just a rough grid marked out, and I've drilled at the end of each hole, and then I'll cut this out with the angle grinder just up along these lines, and then that's going to turn this into a grill. I suppose I could have used it inside one of the trays, but I don't really want to cook on this, especially not the way it stinks. So I think the best use of it, because of the weight of it, is to do as I say, and that's turn it into the grate, I should say,